All right, let's move on and talk about a 7/6 suspension. Now, let's do that one here. Now, what I'm going to have to do here is I need a different baseline. The same cantus firmus isn't going to work because this interval is going to play a significant role in telling me, or well, in making this note turn from consonant or from dissonant to consonant, right? So this interval of a fourth works for a 4/3. And there's probably a couple other intervals. It's not a hard rule that like the interval of a fourth in the cantus firmus is going to make for a 4/3 suspension. That is not true. There are other ways you can make a 4/3 suspension, but I cannot make a 7/6 suspension out of that. So let's go to a G. Oops. Let's go to interval of a fifth, a G and a C. Okay, now let's do. Let's start it off with a consonant interval. In this case, an octave. Let's go to another consonant interval, a third. So we're going to do a diatonic skip here. And how you approach this is open. We don't have to approach it by a diatonic skip. Remember that. Now I'm going to tie this one over the bar line, and then I got to resolve it by a step. Okay, so let's put our tie in there. There we go. Okay, so now let's look at what our intervals are. Here we have an octave. Okay, here we have a third, right? G to B. Here, now that we've changed our cantus firmus note, we have a C to a B, right? So that is a big old dissonance of a seventh. Okay, but it's going to resolve down by a step to a sixth. Right there, and that creates the 7/6 suspension. There it is. So our bass note is different in order for the 7/6 suspension to work, but in this case it does. We jumped up to a third, we held it over, it became a seventh when our cantus firmus changed, and then we resolved it to a sixth, a consonant. Cool? Let's hear that real quick. Right, it has a little bit different sound than the 4/3, right? Let's hear the 4/3 again. Right, like this one wants to resolve in a certain way, and this one has less of a strong resolution that wants to happen. So a little less tendency, but it still has a resolution, and it's different than this one. Pretty interesting how that works.